What's up, y'all? You know what time it is? It is Randos with Brando time. This one's gonna be a little heavy. Let's see how it goes. So I was really thinking about a bunch of stuff this weekend, and then I saw a meme on Facebook, and it was like, you know, eventually you're gonna end up where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to, and all this stuff. So then I got thinking, I'm like, do a lot of people believe in fate? So I guess, you know, it's like, do you sit there and do you believe that everything is randomly happening, or that it's supposed to happen and, you know, it's already laid out and you just got to get from the beginning to the end? I mean, that, or maybe it's like those old school books where like you kind of choose your destination, but like that book's already written, so it's pretty much completed. It's just you have to decide which path to take, and either way you're going to come to some conclusion. Already I'm sitting here thinking, okay, there's a lot of things that I feel like have happened to me pretty randomly, but now all of a sudden it's like, was it really that random, or was it supposed to happen? So let's say you do believe that there's fate, destiny, or the Lord already has laid out your life, much like I do. I believe that. So now you got to be thinking. Now you start thinking back on things you've done in your life, and you're like, So one thing that I believe is that every single person that comes into your life, you're supposed to meet them. It's already been laid out. These are the people you're going to meet, and every single person is going to be a lesson for you to learn from. And that lesson may take a long time to learn, you know, especially like best friends, you know, been in your life for years on years on years, you know, they may have come into your life 10 years ago, but you still haven't learned their lesson. And then you'll get the people that come into your life and they're there for a very short time. And all of a sudden you're just kind of like, what the fuck was I supposed to learn from that person? How? I don't get it. So now you sit there, you start thinking about the people that come in your life, and you're like, ugh, really wish I wouldn't have dated that fuckboy. But it helped me see signs of fuckboys, so now I don't do that anymore. Or, ooh, I shouldn't have dated that bitch. Like, you know, she was controlling. I don't need that. And it's not always a negative lesson. I mean, you know, it has a positive outcome, but it's like a negative lesson to go through that. But I mean, like, you could have someone come into your life and be the biggest supporter of whatever you're trying to accomplish, and then all of a sudden you start realizing, hey, I can do this. I can do a lot. That person supporting you so well, it brings back your self-confidence. Confidence you had lost because of another person that you met in your life. You know, I said everybody teaches you a lesson. Never said every teacher was good. You know, that was a bad lesson. This is a good lesson. Got your self-confidence back. You're good. So personally for me, I think about people that have come into my life and then left. And not like people where I said, hey, you go that way, I'm going to go this way. But they left on their own. And I start thinking, I wonder what lesson I taught to them. Then you start thinking about the people that come into your life, friends, significant others, people like that, you know, that have come into your life and they left on their own terms. And you're just like, okay, you're replaying everything that you did with them, your time spent together, and you're just like, what did they learn from me? So it's blowing your mind why they left. You were like, I was a phenomenal friend, you know? Or I was a phenomenal significant other. I treated them so well. I don't get, like, what lesson could I have taught them that they could have and said, I'm done? I don't understand. You're trying to figure out the lesson you taught them, but then at the same time, you're just like, hold on. What did I learn from them? Then you start thinking about it. It always happens when you're trying to go to sleep. You're like, damn it, brain. I just want to sleep. Quick side note, if you're wondering why I keep bouncing back and forth between having the jacket on and not having it on, I filmed most of this yesterday because the thoughts were fresh in my head, but then I had some more today, and I didn't want to be wearing a different shirt, and then you'd be like, why is he wearing a different shirt? So I just put the jacket on, so. And then even like with like decisions of, you know, did you take the job? Did you take the job? Did you move here? Shouldn't have moved here? Like, you know, it's just like you start thinking about this stuff and you're like, I wonder what my life would be if I had done the opposite of what I already did. And you hear people complain like, oh, I hate my job. I don't want to be here. Make a change, okay? Your timeline is for you to not be at that job and hating yourself. Your time's coming to make. So I start thinking about my decisions. Like, I originally planned to go to Minnesota State University. I ended up not doing that and went to Wisconsin Platteville. You know, where would my life be if I had gone to Minnesota State still like I originally planned, instead of switching and going to UW Platteville? you know. And then when I graduated Platteville, my original plan was to go to University of Texas for entry-level medicine, sports medicine. And I got offered a job in the suburbs, and I took that instead. What would my life be if I had still gone to UT instead of going? And then I think about the biggest decision of my entire life that a lot of people don't know, that I moved from Illinois to Baton Rouge, Louisiana for an unpaid internship. Never thought about coming here before. But you know what? I took it. I moved to a town in a state that I've never been to. I don't know a single person. Lived in a hotel for 3 days till I could find a place to live. Had to go find a job to support myself. But in the end, I think about it, this was the plan all along. I was supposed to. It's like that meme I said at the beginning. Eventually you're going to be where you're supposed to, doing what you're supposed to, with who you're supposed to. But do you ever wish you could just be like, could someone show me like a trailer or like a synopsis of where I'm going and like how soon? So I'm not just sitting here just kind of like. That's the way we're designed, okay? Not knowing bothers us. For example, say our life was a 20-chapter book. But we don't know. Are we still on chapter 3 and we have a long ways to go? Or are we on chapter 17 and we're about to hit the happily ever after? And that's what bothers us. We want to, at the end of the day, you just got to keep faith. Whether you think that there is fate, destiny, God's plan, or you think it's all random. But you just got to sit back and enjoy the ride. Chair. So that's this week's Rando Thought. Do you believe in a divine plan that's all laid out, or do you think it is all random? You got comments, you got questions, swipe up, send me a message. I love your feedback. Please take my poll as I always ask. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Y'all.